Okay guys, so a lot of you guys know that I have no longer made the sleeve band videos, and I will talk more about that at the end of this video, so the people who want to see this, who came to watch this video specifically, can see this. So these are my friendship bracelets, which I started making in May. I've made a lot more in this, which I have more over here anyway, which these are the recent ones. But these are some of the older ones I made, and a lot of them I sold, so let's do this. Alright, these are just a lot of the miscellaneous, like Chinese staircases and double chain knots, which I've made more double chain knots to actually wear on my right wrist, but currently not wearing it right now. Alright, but whatever. Alright, this is a pattern I made, which I found this one and kind of pulled it out because this is kind of like the crisscross, which I made, so I'll show you guys out in a bit. But the crisscross basically kind of proves, these are all normal patterns, by the way, like ones I found on friendshipbracelets.net. And these you can, like, this basically just kind of shows that you can get these patterns, like if you don't know how to understand the patterns, but you understand how to read these patterns, or if you prefer these, you can find them. Alright, and this one, for a while what I did was I used 2 strings instead of 1. So, like, if you look, this pink string I'm holding in my hand, which you probably can't see the difference, but that's actually 2 strings. I just kind of made the bracelet thicker, kind of like the thicker ones. This one I made a couple months ago. It's little ducks. This one only uses 1 string for each. So is this one, which is a lizard. This one I made, this is one of the first bracelets I made. And it's the X's, which is actually a really popular pattern, but I didn't know that at the time. Which, for those of you who don't know how to read patterns, Beyond Bracelets has a tutorial on this one. This is like the Jipajaya, I think that's how you pronounce it, sorry if I don't, which I've made actual Jipajaya ones, which I'll show you guys those later. But this one's kind of just the normal pattern I found of it. Alright, this one, only a couple people understand it. I was actually really surprised, but it's like a key, and then there's the lock. So it's like the key and the lock. Alright, this one I made over the summer, which a lot of these character ones, the thicker ones, which I use 2 strings for this, I made over the summer. It's a sheep, which I made just because I thought it was cool. It's a sheep, and then it has like grass and the sky, which, if you want to know what patterns these are, I can probably find them for you guys. This is a smiley face, which probably looks orange, the background, but it's actually pink. Yeah, it's pink. Okay. And this one is just kind of a heart, which these are double stringed. Let me get the ones that aren't double stringed out of the way. This one I made in November, I think it was. I made at my best friend's birthday party. It's musical notes, so let me just move that. Okay, and then... Alright, these are the other 3 that are just made like with 1 string. This is like a little like Chinese dragon, which the dragon tail has like different colors. It changes between pink and orange. And then this one is a Pokeball, because my cousin likes Pokemon a lot, so I made that. And this one, I finished over summer. It says I love you. And this is the thickest normal bracelet I've made, which is, this was 18 strings. This is a sun. This is a frog, but my dad was like, is that Oscar? So it's Oscar the Grouch. This is my favorite. It's my mustache one. I have a weird obsession with mustaches. Oops. This is my Pepsi bracelet. My autism awareness. This is like a braid pattern, which I've actually made a bracelet like this, which I'll show you. This is a bow, which I also have an obsession with bow ties. And it's actually the Hello Kitty bow. And my mom loves Hello Kitty, so I made that one. And this one, I added this little stripes at the end of it, because I didn't have enough purple, so I used kind of some of the green. But I don't know exactly what it is, but it's kind of like a little, like, it reminds me of like a little toy you get, like a little vending machine, like for a quarter. Alright, so those. These are the 3 alpha bracelets I have, which I made my ex-boyfriend a Beatles one for his birthday. And so that's the only other alpha bracelet I made, but this is a Coke bracelet, which is one of my favorites, but it's kind of worn out, like some of the knots on the back are coming undone. This one has my name on, you probably can't really, oh, I guess you can. It says Sydney, and then P, which is my last name. This one you can't really see what it says, but this was actually the first alpha bracelet I ever made. It says I love Bon Jovi. I'm a big Bon Jovi and like Kiss fan, so. Alright, now let's get to all these. These are more recent bracelets I made. Alright, so let me get the ones I wear on my wrist out of the way. This is the fish eye bracelet, which all these bracelets I found from instructions or YouTube videos. So if you want to know how to make one, I can probably find you the instructions or however I learned to make it. But this is like a fish eye bracelet. I learned that one off YouTube. This is one of my favorite ones. It's the scrambled candy stripe, which try and get a. Let me see if I can get a good better view of it. And it kind of looks like the rag rug in a way. And then you got like the candy stripe, which is kind of like 3D. I really like that bracelet. This is one of my newer ones. I finished this one not yesterday, but the day before. And it's the Arrowheads bracelet, which I use the blue color scheme. And this bracelet looks complicated, but it's actually really not. This one I finished same day I finished that one. It's the totem pole, or the human face. Let me turn around so you can see the human face. So you can see kind of the face, like the eyes and stuff. This one I finished this morning. It's it's a bracelet patterned by Beyond Bracelets. I think she called it the slanted bricks. I'm not sure. Or I don't remember, or the stacked diamonds or something like that. But I use the purple and white. I use the purple scheme. Like has a light purple, but you can't really see it because of the white. And then medium purple and then dark purple with a white background. This one I made during school last week, I think. And it's the Candy Wave, which is one of my favorite bracelets. And it actually didn't take long at all. Alright, so those are the bracelets I wear. Alright, and then I have two. I made these ones over the summer too, but I just kind of keep them in this one. But this is the leaf pattern, which I use 2 strings for each one. If you can tell, and they get thicker. I like the thicker bracelets at one point. Now I kind of like the thinner ones, like on faces. So this is the leaf pattern. This is a long Peruvian wave, which you can see is kind of like the 3D one. It wasn't supposed to be this long, but I kind of just kept making it at school. I didn't have another bracelet made, so I kept going. This is one of my favorites. It's just a simple chevron, but I like the color scheme. It matches a pair of Converse I have, which, right here actually, it's the same kind of color scheme as that. Those are my favorite shoes. And gray's my favorite color. I know it's weird, but it is. This is the knitted bracelet, which I learned off of Heather's bracelets. This is a really thick flip-flop zigzag. I'm not sure how many strings it is. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16. This is a chevron bracelet, but it's the vertical stripes, which you can I just kind of use 2 colors on the same side. I learned off YouTube. This is a thick Chinese staircase I made a couple days ago. I had a lot of this extra string, and I just kind of made into this really thick one. This is the thickest bracelet I've made. It's the double chevron, and it's 36 strings, single strings, and it's just, yeah, that's it. That's it. This is the broken ladder. This was the first flip-flop zigzag I made. This one's thicker it's a bracelet that it's on Beyond Bracelets, and it's originally an 8-string. A lot of the bracelets I learned are 8 strings, but I make them bigger. I usually like 12 strings, usually what's comfortable for me. And so that's that. I kind of did like a dark blue, light blue, and then yeah. Here's the first double chevron I made. This one's called, I think it is called the Woollah Band. I learned it off friendshipbracelets.net. There's a tutorial on it. But it looks a lot cooler farther away than it does up close, because if you look at it, it's kind of just like loose strings. I don't wear that one though. These are my 3 wrap bracelets, which only thing I like about the wrap bracelets, you gotta make them really big to fit, to be able to take off your wrists and stuff like I do, because they're not stretchable at all. So but those are wrap bracelets. This one I made on a road trip actually, I think, and it's just kind of a big I think it was 19 colors candy stripe. This is the flip-flop candy stripe, which can't really, yeah, you'll see it on like there's the, yeah. Here's, let me zoom back out. This is just another candy stripe. This is a slanted bricks pattern, which I made it only 8 strings. I didn't like it that much. So I just, yeah. This is a zigzag, but I don't really like it that much just because it's so curly. But, yeah. The double kind of, gosh, I cannot remember what it's called, but yeah. It's just basically 2 candy stripes and you connect them in the middle. This is another really long one that I made during school one day, and I kept just going because I didn't have any other bracelet to do, but it's just a really long candy stripe. Here's a Peruvian wave. This is a double Peruvian wave. Can't really see it, but it's rainbow colors. This is like the braid pattern that I showed you earlier. And this one I finished a couple days ago. It's not one of my favorites, but I guess it's okay. This is the crisscross. This is the, I cannot remember the name of it, but it's on Heather's bracelets. That's where I learned it from. This is the straight wave, which I like this one a lot. Here's another flip-flop zigzag in a green color scheme. Here's just an ordinary candy stripe. Double chevron, which is in pastels, which my friend was like baby color, so I call these baby colors. And like this one's also baby colors. Here's another crisscross one, which this is my first crisscross bracelet, but I didn't make this green strand long enough, so I just kind of made to that. And then this is the Jipajaya I made, which, let's see guys, here it is, which is the same thing as this. This is the one I did off of the normal, like the pattern, normal pattern. This is the one I learned off of a tutorial on friendshipbracelet.net. Okay, so, oh, and the ones I'm working on. I'm working on 3 different bracelets right now, which usually I don't do. This is the extra one I keep at school that I do whenever I run out of bracelets. I kind of just work on this one. I'll finish it eventually. It's just a really thick flip-flop candy stripe, which the string's pretty long for that. I don't know why I made it so long. This is a pattern bracelet I'm working on, which I kind of just work on whenever I feel like it, which right there is the instructions, because with a lot of these bracelets you just kind of keep going. And this is the one I'm working on now, which I call it the barber pole, like the things outside of hair salons, because that's what it looks like to me. Oh, let me take this tape off. But this is what I do. I can't get off. This is what I do my bracelets on lately. I can do them in my hand and stuff, but this is how I've been doing them lately, because my hand will cramp up, so I just kind of use this. It's like a cardboard loom at the bottom. And basically what I just did was I took a piece of cardboard and I taped it onto, it's actually a Guinness World Record book, so. But, yeah. Okay, so now back to the sleigh bands. Well, the reason I stopped was because it was just getting very overwhelming at the time, and yeah, that's basically the only reason, and I just wasn't as interested in them anymore. But for the record, I think I have about 8,000 of them, which I'm just going to kind of keep showing you guys bracelets so you guys don't get bored. But so, oh, I forgot this one. Here's another knit one, but just kind of got tired of making those videos, but I still do have all the bracelets, and I have about, I think it was, I don't know, I never really counted them all again because I have so many, but probably around 8,000. So, but I might make a final video for them if enough people ask for it. So if you want to see all of my silly bands, then like the final collection, which will be the last silly band video I will ever make, then if enough people say that, comment, and maybe if I get enough people to say it, maybe I'll make it. So yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, thanks, and comment if you want to make a silly band video. Thanks.